A man has been convicted of the brutal murder of a woman at a flat in Whetstone. Shannon Grant, 27, has been found guilty of the murder of Natasha Murray. Following a trial at Leicester Crown Court today, Tuesday, 13 February, and will be sentenced at the same court on next month. On the evening of 22 June last year, Natasha's phone was used to send a message to her mum asking for $2,000, which she claimed was to pay a fine. Concerned as to why she needed so much money, the family tried calling her, but there was no answer, and therefore worried. Natasha's mum and brother arrived at her flat in Lowland Close at around 8:40 p.m. They knocked the communal front door, and a man they did not know appeared from window of Natasha's first-floor flat and refused to allow them access. With their concern for Natasha increasing, they called police. While on the phone to police, they described hearing what sounded like someone jumping from height around the back of the flat. When officers arrived, they forced entry to Natasha's flat and found the 40-year-old unresponsive underneath an Ottoman-style bed. Showing signs of being physically assaulted, police officers and paramedics commenced CPR. But Natasha was sadly pronounced dead shortly before 10 p.m. that evening. Another of Natasha's brothers arrived at the scene, and on being told the description of the man upstairs, he said he sounded like Shannon Grant, who he knew from school. After obtaining a video of Grant to show his mum and brother, they confirmed it looked like the same man. Within a few hours, police then traced Grant to a flat in Coventry, where he was arrested by armed officers on suspicion of murder. Following a search of the flat, a sawn-off shotgun was located, which Grant pleaded guilty to possession of prior to the murder trial. Found within a wheelie bin outside the same flat were personal items belonging to Natasha and clothing that Grant has been wearing at the time of Natasha's death. Also at the flat were 3 people who were arrested on suspicion of assisting an offender. Following an investigation into their actions and movements, no further action was taken against them. In the investigation that followed, detectives were able to place Grant at Lowland Close from 9 p.m. on 21 June until shortly before 9 p.m. the following day, although Grant denied this, stating he was in Coventry. In his evidence at court, he indicated that he did not kill Natasha and stated that 5 unknown men broke into her flat and killed her, holding him at gunpoint while they did so. A post-mortem examination concluded Natasha died as a result of ligature strangulation. A cable tie which was recovered from her body was found to have Grant's DNA on it. CCTV from the day before Natasha's death also showed Grant buying the same cable ties at a DIY store in Coventry. Forensic examination of Natasha's flat also found his fingerprints on the inside and outside of the upstairs window and window ledge. When it is suggested Grant jumped out of the window to make his escape. Detective Inspector David Greenhalgh, from East Midlands Special Operations Unit, was the senior investigating officer. He said, Natasha was tragically subjected to a violent assault which sadly led to her death. She was a much-loved daughter, sister, aunt, and friend who will be forever missed by those who knew her. Grant's refusal to acknowledge his involvement has provided little explanation as to the motive for her murder, so we can only infer, given the urgent request to her family for a significant amount of money, that there was some type of financial element behind it. D. Greenhalgh added, the team has worked diligently in bringing this case to court. And I would like to make special mention of our forensic service colleagues, whose expertise in gathering vital forensic evidence has been critical. I am pleased that the jury saw through Grant's lies, and that we will now face many years behind bars for the callous and horrendous crime he committed. Sentencing will take place on 21 March.